We're going to see what's happening now on the internet and in the world of media. Media Watch with Emma James. Hello, Emma. We begin this evening with some decidedly undiplomatic revelations from the United States. An interview with Barack Obama that's caused quite a stir.
Yes, it certainly has. It's a very lengthy interview that's given rise to a 20,000-word article in The Atlantic, and it's entitled the Obama Doctrine. And it would appear that as he nears the end of his term, he's becoming less presidential, and perhaps we're seeing a little bit more of the real Barack Obama, because certainly very undiplomatic language and quite a few shock revelations really in this one. Quite a few swear words too, interestingly. It would appear that President Obama is quite fond of a particular swear word that we shall say tonight means poop. I won't repeat the word that he uses, but it is a line that has everyone talking, because apparently in private he refers to Libya as the poop show. In public he tends to refer to it as the mess, which is clearly more polite, and basically he believes that after the 2011 intervention it all went very wrong, hence him referring to it in that way. He places a lot of the blame, interestingly, on the people who were his allies at the time, France and UK, i.e. Nicolas Sarkozy and David Cameron. He said he had more faith in the Europeans being invested in the follow-up, but Nicolas Sarkozy lost the election the next year, and then David Cameron, he says, soon stopped paying attention, becoming distracted by a range of other things. But it's this particular line that really deals the strongest blow to the former French president. Sarkozy, he says, wanted to trumpet the flights he was taking in the air campaign, despite the fact that we had already wiped out the air defences and essentially set up the entire infrastructure for the intervention. Obama says they put up with Sarkozy's bragging because it basically secured French support for what they were doing in Libya at a lower cost to the US, if you like. Now, the reaction in France has been quite interesting to this one. Marianne has this headline: Obama torpedoes the bluster of Sarkozy on Libya. And of course, this is interesting timing because Sarkozy is hoping to be in the running for the presidential election in 2017, and this will not make him look good on the international stage, these kind of comments. As for ordinary people on Twitter, Obama is absolutely right about Cameron and Sarkozy on Libya, but he did nothing to stop them at the time, so these are hollow words. Harsh there from that particular Twitter user. Obama says Libya is now a failed state because Sarkozy is a bimbo and Cameron a dithering fool, another interpretation of it. The Washington Post says that the real loser in all this is David Cameron, because fundamentally Sarkozy wasn't around to help out because he lost the election, whereas David Cameron, as they put it here, was being repeatedly criticised and held up as a foreign policy headache, in particular over Syria, because of course he didn't win parliamentary support for a UK intervention in Syria, and that kind of forced the hand of Barack Obama. One last word on this: there has been lots of fence mending today. This tweet from the US ambassador to the United Kingdom: our relationship is essential, it is special, true yesterday, true today, and it will be true tomorrow.
It's difficult to make up for the words of an outgoing president sometimes when one is a diplomat. Also, you've been looking at the bromance that everyone's talking about, the one between Barack Obama and, of course, the politician that he seems particularly fond of at the moment. Not David Cameron.
Not David Cameron. This is one world leader that Obama really seems to be able to get on board with, and it is the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Now, they've been cozying up to each other in the United States, and it has coined a cosy little nickname, Trubama. People are calling this. Trubama, our generation's greatest bromance, says this Twitter user, along with a photograph. We're seeing lots of this kind of thing on Twitter. Now, if you're wondering quite why this has taken off, last night there was a toast during the state dinner at the White House. We have the images to show you, and it is undoubtedly what you would call an entente cordiale. The first official visit from a Canadian leader for nearly 20 years. Doesn't seem that we can see the video, but anyway. They were looking very, very friendly indeed. It was almost a kind of Brokeback Mountain moment, if you like. It's images like these with them holding hands and walking around, and people seem to be really quite inspired by it. I think with all the angry rhetoric and mudslinging that's going on with the Republican candidates hoping to fill Mr. Obama's shoes, this has come as something of a breath of manly fresh air, shall we say. You hang up first, no you, that sort of thing. Other Twitter users saying, I just wish someone would look at me the way Trudeau looks at Obama. This one thinks that Justin Trudeau is looking at Obama the same way he looks at his wife. And it's also given rise to fan literature. It's quite disturbing stuff, I have to say. BuzzFeed has been trawling through this cringeworthy collection. But my favourite piece of all is this. He reached one hand out, and before he was able to hesitate, drew it slowly down Barack's cheek. His skin was warm and smooth with only the slightest touch of stubble. He wondered briefly if, when it grew, it would be grey like the steely patches around his temples.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Some of the love coming out of
Indeed.
Washington after that visit.
Diplomatic love.
Thank you very much indeed, Emma James. Look there at Media Watch, 27 minutes past 10 here in Paris. Quick break. And